So I'll say, indeed. And greetings unto you, beloved and holy friend. Thank you for joining me again on another conscious evolution. Today's stream topic is very simple and yet profound, at least to me, as an understanding. The fact that you do not have to be perfect in order to help, right? And we have this bias in ourselves sometimes that we're unwilling to start something, we're unwilling to do something, we're unwilling to attempt something, unless we already know we can, right? Unless we already believe ourselves to be capable of it. Where today's stream topic, for me at least, is very much a call to awareness that you do not have to be perfect in order to help the world, right? That and I had this conversation with my dad last night as well. And this topic is partially inspired by Brother Joe Schmo. This understanding that even though all of us have greatness in us, even though all of us have this ability to make a difference, none of us will ever be perfect, right? Realistically speaking, none of us will ever be perfect. And yet, being perfect isn't a requirement, right? Like that is the kind of understanding I'm trying to reach within every single one of us. Being perfect is not a requirement for you to show up and make a difference, right? The conversation of dad went something like he sees what I'm showing up for and he sees the message I'm trying to teach, right? But I still make mistakes, so and so, or whatever, right? And in that moment, it was so clear to me that the answer to that criticism was, of course. Isn't that what makes it beautiful? Isn't that what makes it even more heartening to know? The fact that this journey towards our own betterment, the world's betterment, this journey towards love is not going to be easy, one, and two, might feel hypocritical sometimes because I have a hard time always existing in a state of love. And yet, despite my imperfections, we have been showing up, right? 1,116 days of showing up for that love, right? As my imperfect self. And because we have done that together, we find this moment right now, right? You have been doing the same thing. There is no difference between you and me in that capacity. Go and make a difference, dear friends. Imperfect or not, you're great. Don't sell yourself short. Hey, there's Joy Beef. I make no promises to stay. It's okay. You are here and you are loved and appreciated. Sending you blessings. I accept your cat like nature, Joy. You can come and go as you please. We know. Exactly. We missed you too, dear friend. I have been having this experience of thinking about Joy when I look at my cats. Shelby is ready to pop. I might actually still be here when she ends up having her babies. Back in the Garden of Bliss. Little burbies singing their little songs. It's nice having you here, Simon. Thank you for joining us, bro. I don't know if you know, I don't know if you were here for those announcements, but I'm moving soon, Simon. So you should really pry your eyes open, look extra hard, try and see as much as you can, try and absorb the farm because in 12 in 12 days, I'm no longer living here. I'm no longer living here. I will be living somewhere else. It's gonna be a journey. There is still gonna be beauty. At least I'm gonna try and ensure there's still beauty for you friends. I think we might end up starting to do a little bit more room streams, right? Because I can control my lighting and I can get myself like a whole scene set up. And eventually, by April, apparently, I'll have maybe air conditioning. The product I want to buy isn't available in my country just yet, but it might be by then. 12 days. Did I miss something? No. Did someone say short? Here I am. Did we say short? We did say love. Love you. Doug Dad. It's nice having you here, bro. That's so nice. Your dad has grown and no longer thinks you're evil. Yeah, I think it. I think it took him a while to realize my intentions are actually pure, right? And I guess there was a certain level of concern as well on my dad's heart, right? Him worrying that I'm trying to become a Charles Manson or something, right? Because again, that's the world he grew up in, and that's the idea of evil that he has, right? And how it's created. Weirdly enough, the more I smoke weed with my dad, the better we get along. And yeah, there's been more of that happening at least. Dad is smoking for himself, which is also a nice thing to know, right? Like seeing my dad's little pipe, knowing that he, well, it's not a pipe anymore, it's not a vaporizer technically, knowing that he serves himself some medicine up as well. You move in 12 days, it's 12 days, only 12 more days of farm life. And then it's over. Yesterday's stream, the cows came right up to me, Joy Vive. I had cow snot on my scarves, on my scarf, on your scarf technically, your blue and spotted scarf. It was a whole vibe. I haven't had a stream like that ever, right? So at least the farm is giving. Look at that pregnant kitty. Hey mom. Hey mommy. Hey kitty mom. Hey kitty mommy, kitty mom. Kitty kitty. Can you see how pregnant she is? Not really. Not on the camera, at least. Maybe you can. Yeah, you can see there. I don't know what she's doing. Eating grass? Goodness. Please tell me you're not moving to this city. Fortunately, no. Almost. It was close, bro. Almost moved to the city, but nay. I'm still gonna be practically on a farm, right? As much farm as this is farm, I'll be on a farm, because this is not really a farm. There's not much farming happening here. There's animals eating food, but there's nothing really growing. And it's going to be the same vibe. I don't think there's much growing on that property. It's mostly a little bit more wild. But I'm looking forward to sharing with you, friends. If anything, if at the very least, I'll be able to take you, friends, on little adventures when it's not too hot and too sunny outside. Show you the mountains. There should be relatively decent signal outside. At least I hope. I haven't been there myself, so we'll find out together. 12 days, man. I remember the last few days before I moved out of my parents' home, moved across the country, embrace and honor all those feels, man. Yeah, this is not my first rodeo, right? My first rodeo was when I was 19. That was when I first moved out with the intention of moving out, right? Got myself a job in the city, was in a relationship with someone who went to university. I worked my 9 to 5. Actually, it wasn't a 9 to 5. It was more like a 6 to 6 because I had to be up by or before 6 a.m. to drive so I can get to my sites where I had to do my installations by opening time for the client, and then I had to have my installations done before they had video conferences starting at like 10 a.m. Right, so yeah, that was rough. That was definitely not a fun part of life. And then I went to China, and China was even further away from family and even further moved out from the home than I've ever experienced, right? Like being not only being moved out of your home, but moving out of your culture, moving out of your language, not having all of those things available to you. And then I came back home, and it's been really nice from a comfort perspective. It hasn't been that great always from a mental perspective, from a emotional perspective, from a interpretation, consideration, value, right? How valued I feel perspective necessarily. But all of that was a part of my karma or whatever, right? Part of the lessons I needed to learn through the world. The world was teaching me these lessons, and I was supposed to be a good student, so I feel I have tried at the very least, right? I have grown, surely, a little bit at least, right? Like at least a little bit in the last 3 years. So now it's time for me to take that growth and start somewhere else. E for sure is moving to a city. No, not really, actually. Like you won't be seeing any skyscrapers, right, in the background of my streams kind of vibe. You'll see mostly, you'll see maybe some concrete, some bricks. You might see some balusters. Is that what you call it? No. Fencing. You might see some fencing. But you will also see, some trees. You'll see rock faces, with their rocky textures. You'll see that stuff. I do wanna make my room extremely psychedelic. Like you feel like you step into DMT world when you step into my room. Like I want my room to look that psychedelic. I'll see if I can swing it, if I can make it like that. But I would like to stream in my room as well, if I can figure out a way to make it especially trippy and beautiful. What else? What else? Like again, the problem is just the sun, right? Knowing where the sun is gonna come from. Like being in the position I am in right now, where the sun is kind of shining behind me on those trees, right? I kind of get to sit in the shade thereof. I won't have seats like this. Not exactly, at least. At least on top of that, at least not close to the Wi-Fi, if there is any. So we'll figure it out together, slowly but surely, as we kind of like melt in that space. Did you drive across country? Joy many times. I used to drive home once a month to see Duck Wife. So much love. Buster uses it on my lap when I drove or on the back sun deck of the SUV. Hopefully not when you're driving with that one. The back sun deck. I don't know what that means actually, to be honest. Maybe it's like the boot area that has like a window that has like a thing over the boot. Is that what you're talking about? Sun deck, maybe. Oh wow, I didn't know you and Mrs. Duck had a cross-country romance. Even more romantic, isn't it? Wait, I thought you were moving to Pretoria. Nope, I'm moving to Hartbeespoort. Technically not Pretoria, keep it rural. Yeah, Hartbeespoort. It's close to Pretoria, relatively speaking. It's closer to Pretoria than I am right now, by like 200, no, 190, 185 kilometers or something like that. So it'll be closer to work as well if we start our business. We were already dating 4 years. She was here, completing her degree and master's. I only lived here 1 year. China's not a real place, doesn't count. West Taiwan, you mean? Sam, exactly, in southern Mongolia. Mongolian beef stew. Not the final destination, Spirit. What, did I miss something? Make sure there is enough room for a kiddie pool in the living room. Simon, is that a thing? Sounds tasty. Use that for a kiddie pool in the living room. Doc, that sounds like an excuse to invite the final destination spirit into your home. No, he is joking about me inviting lewd watchers into my living room instead, right? And I think, honestly speaking, I might want to deal with the final destination spirit instead of a bunch of lewd lewd viewers. People being like all what's the word I'm looking for? Thirsty, yeah. People being all thirsty watching your shit. No, please. I would rather take my chances. Is the Who family moving? All family or just Melty? Just me, bro. Just me moving. Totally. When I was driving Melt, lol. It's the area in the SUV trunk, that pull out thing to stop your groceries from being cooked by the sun. Ah, yeah. How much do you have to pay a gal in South Africa to wrestle someone in a pity pool full of pudding? Depends on where you're sourcing gals from. This line of questioning makes me feel like a creep. Sam, please. But realistically, um, I would be able to get away with it for like maybe 200 bucks. 200 bucks. 200 bucks would be easy, right? You able to be completely honest, I would wrestle someone in a kiddie pool full of pudding for 200 bucks as well. So because it's not that lewd, it's kind of lewd, right? It's relatively lewd. The chocolate pudding, the fact that it's chocolate pudding, kind of, I don't know, that doesn't sit well with me from a visual perspective, right? Imagining myself in that scenario. However, I won't be disgusted by it if it got on my skin, right? So that I'm kind of okay with. Drowning another person in chocolate pudding, though, that seems like, I'm gonna like get my own room in hell for that. So I also don't know if I want to go that route. Chocolate pudding or butterscotch? Butterscotch straight. It's so nice having you here, Jovi. Just like seeing your comments is making me happy right now. Sam, I don't know your answer, but I can tell you that two little people wrestling in a kiddie pool full of jello in Davenport, Iowa is about 150 bucks. You pay 150 bucks or they get paid 150 bucks. If people are paying 150 bucks to watch anybody wrestle in a kiddie pool full of jello, like I'm gonna have to start, you know, changing my perspective of reality. Like people are spending 150 bucks. What do I have to do to get people to spend 150 bucks a pop on my tickets or something? Yeah, see, but like I have to go to some extremes. It seems. Trying to imagine what I would have to do for you to want to justify for you to have to pay me 150 bucks. I believe they were private contractors. Hey, Kate. It's nice having you here, Fred. Happy Sunday. How are you? I'm feeling good. We're entering the last 2 weeks of me being here. I don't know if you were here for that announcement, but I'm moving soon. So yeah, I've been talking about that a little bit. About the change that's coming. It's gonna be an adventure. How are you feeling? How's this new year been treating you, Kate? To watch, to participate. I'm happy that Sam is also asking. Joy, I think if you're the lady in. Sorry, my throat is a little bit scratchy. Love you. Scratchy be gone. Joy, I think if you're the lady in the pit issuing the challenge, then you're the one who gets to decide the flavor. Yeah. What flavor would I get? Like all the flavors are disgusting in one way or another, bro. Like imagining a green flavor, disgusting. Yellow flavor, disgusting. Blue is the only one that I can imagine being okay from a color perspective, seeing it on my skin, right? But on the other side, I don't like whatever blue flavor is gonna be probably, right? Are you supposed to be eating the pudding? You're probably not supposed to eat the pudding, right? That's probably like one of the big no-nos. Do not eat the pudding, please. It's supposed to make you dirty. Where else are you streaming? At this point, just here, Kate. I have stopped the grind of trying to reach more people and streaming in multiple platforms at the same time. I probably will reawaken the grind at some other point, but at this point in our journey, I am very comfortable just having you friends here. This level of kind of like traffic, this movement, these these amount of comments. I already fall behind sometimes, right? And I know that that fractal awaits us someday far in the future, where there's so much going on that I can't keep up. But that day is not the day, and we're only streaming to YouTube at this moment, at least. YouTube algorithm with show you will show you food wrestling. They probably would. I haven't seen any food wrestling myself. Private. You wanted to use that word, didn't you? Maybe. Maybe. Hey Simon, love is true. Hey Isaac, what the duck is up? What the duck is up, Buck? We're diving into some weird fractals, it seems, bro. Usually, I'm kind of like opposed to talking about food because I don't like the mental baggage of thinking about consuming calories, and talking about that usually makes me want to consume calories, and then knowing I have consumed calories, the want to consume calories makes me feel like I'm trying to be a heathen, excessively eating. Streamed up for a second there. However, wrestling in food is not exactly the same thing for me, right? I don't think that would be important for me to consider what flavor of food I would want to wrestle in. Sure, the kiddie pool fractal brings up a total DuckTales memory, but I would have to clear it with Mrs. Duck to tell that story. Love is true, bro. Hand Shoes is here too. Hey, Hand Shoes. Sending you blessings, dear friend. Is it unethical to place bets on the number of types of kittens Shelby will have? I don't know if it's unethical, right? I can tell you that the father is some stray who sneaked onto our farm that's gray, right? And she's like a tortoiseshell, I think that's what they're called, black and ginger. So black, ginger, and gray is gonna be black, ginger, white, and gray is gonna be the base colors that are going to be mixed. I'm betting she has 4 kittens because she's so tiny. Like she's such a tiny cat, so small. I'm curious to see though. Man, I sneezed today probably more times than I've sneezed in one day in almost my whole life. Like literally upper 50s of sneezes. Here comes another one. No, please. I summoned the sneezes. That's kind of odd, right? I did summon that sneeze. That sneeze was like, "You're talking about me, bro. I'll come and kick your ass, dude." No, please, sneezes. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, sneeze. Stay where you are, dude. Uh, Sunday fractal surprise topics. True. It is true, DuckTales. Woohoo. Love is true. Hey again, Isaac, sending you lessons. I wanted to use small business, but I took the high road. I feel like I'm suddenly lost. What if, like, an African savannah cat that made her pregnant and she's half wild kittens? That would have been amazing. I would have loved that, Joy V. However, that 100% did not happen. Partially because they're very territorial and very skittish, right? And if a cat sees another cat in the wild, that other cat usually probably wants to either eat you or wants to kill you because you're in its territory kind of vibe. So they won't exactly by choice go all the way to your home to meet up with like a domestic cat. They might in an enclosure, but not here. Yeah, and we've seen the stray cat that we believe is the dad. Man, I'm getting slimed right now. What did I do to deserve this? I just mentioned the sneezes, and they were like, "Bruh, don't you speak ill of us?" The sneezes say, starts kicking me down. Melt has the plague. I hope not. Yeah, see, the plague is a little bit extreme, don't you think? maybe maybe some hay fever. Maybe some hay fever first. Hay fever, then maybe flu, then maybe COVID, and then we go plague. There has to be some steps. Black Ginger is my stage name. It's a pretty cool stage name, actually. This is why I trapped all of my ferals and I had them fixed. The gestation period for a cat is about 65 days, and they can start reproducing at 6 months old. Absolutely, Kate. You friends actually told me that she's probably fixed. She has like a whole cut out of her ear, right? And I told you friends about that, and you're like, yeah, that means she's fixed. Alas, Alas, she ain't fixed. So we're gonna have to go and have them fixed as well. You're completely right, Kate. At you, salute, thank you, bless you. Chopa, it's nice having you here, bro. Oh man, I'd watch the show. Mel try not to be mauled by Savannah Cat. I'm just buzzing today for a lazy Sunday. After yesterday, had an absolutely awesome D&D session last night. I ran two in one person with my wife neighbors and her classmate, and one online. Bless you, bro. That sounds like so much fun, man. You were dungeon master for both. Do you like DMing? Do you play yourself as well? At least sometimes. Joe, you changed your name. He did. We had like a moment we, where Joe Schmo was sending a bunch of beautiful stuff in chat, and we were basically uplifting, honoring the poet that was coming out in him. And yeah, we said something like Joe Poet, and now he has changed his name. You've been missing Laura, JV. I'm happy to catch you up. Give you the footnotes. Previously on Melt More Space. So and so. You're down for food wrestling, like Cloudy with a chance of boxers. Cloudy with a slight chance of meatballs. Is that what that movie was called? Love is true. What an experience that was, right? I haven't stacked my vape again. Black Tina. Oh, Black Ginger, Black Tina. Black Ginger Tina. Ginger Black Tina. Ginger Black Tina. Ginger black sounds like an orangey black, right? Like a dark black with like an orange sheen. Where if you have like light reflecting on it, it has like an oranginess to it. Had a dog called Tina. Bless little Tina. Rabbit renamed me. They are my onlines can be rough. It's very disconnected from me. It's hard to get everything feeling right when not at the table. So that is one less integrated and in depth, more basic combats and such. Yeah, I get it. Are you using like some of those softwares where you have like a whole world that you're kind of like operating in, and you can literally like move your members, your posse, your crew. You can like literally move them on the map as you progress through your game. I don't know if you're going into it like that, or if you're just using your tabletop stuff and then kind of like translating over the internet. Are we talking about Tropic Thunder right now? Tropic Thunder vibes, bro. I'm a man pretending to be another man. I want to remember that line. Hey Google, give me that Tropic Thunder line about pretending to be a man. I want it written out in text, but it's not gonna get. Oh, it is. I'm the dude playing the dude disguised as another dude. That's it. That's the one. That's the freaking one. I'm the dude playing the dude disguised as another dude. Actually saying that, playing the black man in the movie within the movie. Yeah, the movie within the movie. I'm the dude playing the dude disguised as another dude. Freaking Tropic Thunder. That movie is so out of style right now, and yet it's still so potent. I think potent is a good word, right? Leaves it up for interpretation. Yeah, great campaign. Bless you again, bro. It's most of my players' first times that they have leapt right in. That was our fourth session. Mainly travel and shenanigans, just so wholesome and grateful for friends embracing the silly. Bless you, bro. Thank you for offering that experience as well, man. Like, remember the role you play. I know you do, but I'm honoring you regardless. Joy, I'm going to need permission from you because I call myself Black Anything. None of us are black, right? Like, technically saying there's like black people and white people is factually incorrect both ways. Like, I have like the inside of my cup is white, right? Like, if I'm a white person, bro, like clearly there's something wrong. So what? Am I a cream person? Am I a certain percentage black spot, certain percentage pink, certain percentage unpigmented skin person? like it sucks. It really sucks. This whole race thing. There's this show called Crapopolis. It's made by Dan Harmon, or I think it was made by Dan Harmon. You know, like he was the original creator, but Duncan Trussell is one of the voice actors. And as soon as I heard his voice come out of the mouth of one of the characters, I knew I had to watch it. So I binged all of it in a single day, of course. You know, and there's a moment in the Crapopolis, you know, show where he like learns a little bit about his grandpa, and as they're like moving to the city, he goes, "Oh, I'm Persian. Am I Persian?" And this other dude is like literally like God status creature, and he goes, "Why are you humans so obsessed, but with belonging to some sort of race?" And he goes, "I don't know. You know, it's like flavor, you know, add a little bit of spice." And he goes, "Ah, I can see no way that that can go wrong in the future." You know, like they're very much like playing off like a show, you know, like the Greek gods of like old Earth, you know, old Earth, and they're trying to transition to new Earth and civilization. And you're like you're watching that tipping point kind of happening. You know, that's the show's point. It's very well made. I enjoyed it at least, even though I decimated it, unfortunately. You know, watched it way too fast. I've never participated in online tabletop gaming, but it always seemed like there would be a big disconnect doing it that way. I think so, yeah. I play once a week in DM two, but they alternate more few and far between. I get you. Maybe be a bummer sometimes. I've integrated a lot of quality of life stuff, so at least my maps and stuff are lighting and animated and shit. Nice, that is cool. Okay. When I find my players online, don't jump in and have conversations and such. We will see if they get better. Yeah, I feel like online it's a little bit harder, right? Like if you're sitting in a room with a bunch of people, it's like rude to just look at your own computer, your cell phone or whatever, right? So you're kind of like expected to look at people and start making conversation. Where with Dungeons and Dragons Online, each and every single one of you are technically sitting in your own little box with your own computer. Like it's already expected of you to use your computer. So it's going to be easier for you to use your computer to scroll something, you know, while you're waiting for the DM to give some instructions or something. So I do get that disconnect as well. Sorry for the sniffing. I do apologize. It's pissing me off as well, just for what it's worth. I found my player, man. Saw that movie after my middle school dance with my bestie, Corey. What a fractal. Bless you, bro. Isaac, are there any other activities you do with this group other than D&D? Maybe they just need more time to bond and shiznit. Yeah, that could be it. They don't enjoy doing that. I think some just don't enjoy doing that acting. Yeah, like getting in character, right? And pretending to be your character kind of vibe. Hey, seeing Kristen's name, bless you. I do recognize the work. That's why I think it makes me so happy. I've been working on this world, these stories and characters for months, catering it to my friends' desires and personas. Bless you, bro. Thank you for playing that role, man. And keep practicing that skill, man. Maybe like that's what you're supposed to do. I don't know if you are considering it because it might end up ruining it, but creating D&D content, recording your D&D sessions, maybe making videos, you know, explaining to people how to be a good DM. I can see you being very successful in that as well, bro. That's just me giving like mild pushes, a little bit of pushies. Yeah, do it, dude. People would like to see you. And then back away again. Isaac, that sounds like fun. The more visual about aids, the better. Text-based seems pretty cool. But with animated maps and such, that sounds awesome. It really is. Right? You can like have your character as a little picture as well. You know, all of your stats are conveniently in one place. It's pretty cool, you know, the digital side of it as well. I think it's gonna become pretty AR, like the D&D experience. Like we're gonna be wearing goggles, but still sitting in a circle. Maybe we don't have to, right? Technically, if you're already wearing goggles, technically you can just like render a VR environment. But if we are all in the same environment, the center point will have like the little creatures, our little people, you know, standing there ready for action. I can kind of see us as definitely going in that direction. in the long term at least. Even more visual aids. How wild will it be if people were actually black and white? I wonder if aliens come in colors. Like for some reason, Joy Vive, like this is only because I've like at least in imagination met these aliens. Like the color purple, like light and dark purples seem to be the color I want to see in aliens. If I want to see aliens, right? I want to see like light and dark purpled aliens. And then like dark and white, dark and light blue is also something I would like to see. Pink, I feel would be too fleshy for me. So it might be like a little bit of like a, what am I looking at? Blue and purples though. Yellows, yellow oranges could look super cool too though. I want to see insectoid aliens, you know, with like green exoskeletons and that like shimmering multi-iridescent, you know, type of vibes as well. I think the aliens will come in colors. I hope so at least. Seeing that almost half of the year later get so into it, taking notes and creating their own paths in the world, it makes me so glad. The freedom to play. Did you play Baldur's Gate? Number 3. I wouldn't be surprised if you did, but I want to hear what you thought about it. I did not play Baldur's Gate, the third one, simply because one, I didn't want to purchase a game, and two, I knew that if I started playing that game, I'm gonna lose hundreds of hours of my life. I won't lose anything technically. I'll spend hundreds of hours of my life. Man, this is nice. Like at first, drinking like a type of cappuccino-y coffee, like those instant mix packets. And then as those flavors evaporate off, you're left with only like the anise, the licorice flavors. Apparently, you can make any flavor. Literally any flavor in existence with the terpene profiles that are capable in cannabis. I didn't know that. So you could literally make beef stew. You could make a beef stew wheat strain. I don't know why you would, but you could. That's the thing. Yeah. I see we're doing some alien talk and I see octopuses. Okay. Let me get back to chat. A fair number of them are gray, but some are reported to be shades of blue and even green. Sam has the inside informations. Okay, one more thing about last night for me to nerd out about, please, dude. All right, here is Isaac's special moment. I had a rare event that could happen where the party came across this strange rock, a large 20-foot across boulder of obsidian glass. It had a soft hum to it, a constant major tone. When tapped, it almost seemed hollow or light. The paladin got a slight celestial energy coming off. They decided to smack it hard, and it didn't go well. It's essentially a small fractal of an outer being, a fractal of a large consciousness, just a sub level of awareness. It just kind of appears and phases out in the world. There are many. It was set up to receive whatever emotion was blasted at it. They could have hugged it, sang with it in harmony, healed it, etc., and it would have increased a stat by one random stat. So it was negative, and he lost his charisma. They woke up about a third of a mile away, and the sun has progressed about 6 hours. So I thought it was a fun. Okay, enough. No, that's awesome, dude. Right? So, like, to you friends who are like a little bit lost about what's going on right now, D&D, and this is just me giving context to the friends who are watching. Maybe all of your friends already know. D&D is like a role-playing game. You roll stats when you start, you create your character, you choose your class, and then all of your other friends do the same, and you're like a party, right? And then you go and dive through dungeons, if you will, to make it that simple. And you can get loot and you can meet enemies, and these enemies can be creatively made by your dungeon master or used from the lore that's already pre-established, right? And I don't know if it was already pre-established lore or if it was a part of your world, right? I think so. He had this whole idea, right, to have this almost like extrusion. The way I'm seeing it is a being, right, that extrudes into space time. And because of its beingness, being celestial or whatever, it like pierces through dimensions, and it literally pierced through the dimension of the earth. And you can see like this like thing, like this obsidian, and then they hit that, and it like just blasted them away, right? And the thing is, like what happened to give you some context of how they got to that point is they probably like walked up as the posse to this thing, and then Isaac gave them a description of what they were looking at, of what they were seeing, uh, if what they were hearing as well. And then they made the decision, right, to use their weapons to beat on this thing instead of doing anything else. Because that's the cool thing about Dungeons and Dragons as well, is they could have. The bard could have been the one who stepped up to the thing first, and it could have sang it a song, right? And like depending on what they chose to do, and the dice that Isaac ended up rolling for their interactions, there would have been a completely different branch of the story, right? And Isaac has to be on his feet and keep up with it, right? Like keep steering them in the kind of like general direction, story direction that he wants to like take them through, but it's also like up to them to kind of like pick their own direction and create their own story. And it's very much what we're doing right now, but with a little bit more structure and even more participation and interaction. Thank you, Isaac, for blessing us with your stoked energy, bro. Sending you love, man. Keep growing those fractals. I think of aliens having octopus-like skin cells. Me too, bro. Me too. I also think so, weirdly enough. Morphing and changing color patterns as well. Yeah. That also makes sense to me, man. I like that. I don't care what the aliens look like as long as I get one of the guns from Starship Troopers, bro. I don't know if we want alien weapons, dude. Honestly, I would rather have alien drugs. To be completely honest, right? Like you see aliens, taking small little spheres, very clear, very small little spheres, and you go, "What's that?" And they're like, this is a synthesized compound that we discovered increases our ability to make internal connections. Meaning that when you take this compound, all of the information available to you on the inside becomes available to you inside. And I'm like, oh, wow, that sounds both horrifying and fascinating. Can I have some? They're like, no, you're a human. You would die. And I would probably still try and take it. And my hubris, by hubris alone, I will survive and then never be coherent again, right? I've made so many connections that I'll just speak melt language. Channeling that version of myself. I can see him having a good time though, right? He won't be that upset about not being able to communicate, right? He'll gesture, he'll get shit done. He won't be successful, but he'll be happy. He'll have some sort of sense of superiority, being like, yeah, so I took alien acid and I saw everything. realizing that you technically are an encapsulation of that everything, right? If you could just understand everything about yourself, you would understand exponentially more about the entire universe. Does that attach to today's stream topic? Not having to be perfect in order to help? Yeah, love is true. No, 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 no. That got off track quickly. Hey, 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 hey. Relax. Relax. Relax, please. Relax, please. What are you barking at? What are you barking at? What's that? What are you barking at? What's that? I don't see anything. I don't see anything. You see a snake? Did you see a snake? Like she has like her hind little hair standing up and stuff. Well, I checked at least, so that seemed to have calmed some of her anxieties. Man, I think I'm a little bit far behind some troopers. Okay. It was set up to receive, right, that one. Joe, there's a species that is rumored to have the ability, abductees that talk about them mention their adaptedness with human emotion. So they change their look depending on what you feel. Is that what I'm supposed to be interpreting? I don't know. That would be pretty cool though. New Sasquatch hybrid. D&D nerding out. Bless you again, bro. So kind. My goodness, are they still upset and confused about that rock? Uh, put rock in the Discord picture search. I don't think it is. I think it's more like an imagination thing. No, these are like Stonehenge, strange rocks that are only partially recorded within history. They just perch in places and move around the material plane. So them being adventurers were like, it's obviously something. Spent like 20 minutes to fuck with it. It's a rare event, so they may find another. Bless. I hope so, at least for them. So it's called the Mosquatch, a massive primate insect hybrid. Let's just take a moment to mourn. To mourn the version of me that just died. The version of me that didn't have to imagine insect mammal hybrids. That version of me was so noble, so kind, made mistakes all the time. Imperfect. This version of me going forward. Oh goodness, the Mosquatch. Oh, I don't want to continue reading that sentence, but I have to. A massive primate insect hybrid with wings and multiple limbs and a face like a mosquito, but with a monkey mouth. Mosquito Sasquatch, Mosquatch. Why? Why, Joshua? What did I do, bro? What did I do to deserve that? Part of me wants to put that cursed as information into my mid journey as well, right? And brain damage myself even more. Like it's not bad enough that I could imagine it lightly. I have to like force myself to see it in the physical plane of existence as well. Like this is some straight up like having my third eye violated, right? It's like somebody just, you know, played in the dirt and then they put their finger in your eyeball, but putting their finger in my third eye. I don't want to imagine Mosquatch, please. Please don't let me. See, no, I will not. I will not judge. I refuse. Show those things getting sighted in Peru. Are the wings functional? Please say no. Say that this thing is too deformed for the wings to be functional. If they're flying, bro, I'm peacing out. The face stealers in Peru are like chupacabras, I think. Good chupacabras aren't that bad. Chupacabras would be cool. Face stealers, bro, goodness. If you take it, you will die. I Toby, give me half. Give me half. Come on, bro. Give me like a smaller sphere or whatever, dude. I can handle it, please, dude. I want to have some connections. Sam, yes, giant mosquito wings big enough to carry the beast and its victim. Stop. Stop. New rules. New rules. No food talk. No politics talk. No more squash talk. No human, mammal, insect hybrids, please. No talk. No talking of that. I want a pan galactic gargle blaster from Hitchhiker's Guide. Yes. Yes. I want a Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy towel. You know, one of those with like ketchup dispensers. I don't know if that was even in the movie. I think it was in the books though. It was in the books. Let's see if I can get my technologies to tell me about it. Tell me about it. Let's try Bing actually. Bruh. It's already taken 5 seconds, so that's 5 seconds too long. Oh, bro, it's been 6 seconds. Man, it hurts. Retrying the connection, bro. I will find myself something else. It's called Copilot now. Bro, it's not working. I breathe air. I let out my carbon dioxide. It's still not working. I shall try something else. Bruh, the instant gratification monkey in me is very much alive. It has no patience whatsoever. Right? I have so much patience for plants. I have patience for people. I have no patience for technology. I'm like, bro, you see what the hell? You're supposed to be making these connections, dude. You literally have them always. You already know where they are. I'm getting there. I'm slowly but surely. Do I even remember what I was gonna search for? Nice, nice. This is great. This is fantastic. Okay, I got it. Brain refreshed. It's still not loading. I don't know if it's our internet. Maybe it's just our internet that's bad, you know? It's not supposed to be this bad though. It's technically supposed to be good. But nay. Nay, I cannot use my technology. It's too much to ask. Please. Please, like you're supposed to make my life easier. You're supposed to make things quicker. I want my neurons snapping. I want the dopamine to flow. I'm hitting my head against the wall right now. Equivalent of just waiting for this bullshit to load. It's not working. It's refusing. Maybe it's the universe giving me like a gentle nudge to move on. You don't have to know all of the features that was in the towel of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, says the universe to me as Mel. Fine. 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 I guess you're right. True. I don't have to know. Melty, I knew you'd enjoy the Musquash visual. I kept the Musquash out of my area. Damn thing is scary, bro. I'm suddenly pro gun, dude. Musquash exists. Suddenly pro gun. You know, now I'm strapped at all times. It says that the effects of drinking a Pan-Galactic Gargle Blaster is like having your brain smashed out by a slice of lemon wrapped around a large gold brick. What a description of a drink. Having your brain smashed out by a slice of lemon wrapped around a large gold brick. I think I forgot that line, but it's even better the second time hearing you say it. You may want it, but you most assuredly do not want to take the trip to get one. Yeah, you have to find yourself at the restaurant at the edge of the universe, at the end of the universe. What was that articulation? Yeah, the cow that desperately wants to be eaten. You may, love is true, keep the Mosquash in my area. Melty, I noticed you sneezed in yoga yesterday during Shavasana, and I thought, oh no. Wait a second. Did somebody bring diseases to me? Might have been one of my family members. Sacrilege. It's okay. I shall recover slowly but surely. Which is more offensive, Mosquatch or Cabby Christ? Uh, it depends, right? There's a lot of Christians in the world, so I think that answer is easy for me at least. I threw a world map I made with my friends, Minis. If anyone wanted to see in just general Discord, thank you, Isaac, for blessing us, bro. The joys of being able to paint a picture in your minds is true, dude. It's power. Think of that massive proboscis. No, stop. I don't want to think about the proboscis. Just thinking about like mosquito proboscises causes me to get the heebie-jeebies, bro. No, stop thinking about proboscises. No, stop doing it, dude, please. My mind is like, proboscises? Starts rendering proboscis, being like, oh yes, look at this infrastructure. How is that even possible? It asks myself, right? Like something so small that your hair is like basically as thick as its proboscis, but it has like moving parts and it has like jagged edges and it has like complex grooves and textures. This universe is wild. I want the babblefish in my ear. Yeah, that would be nice as well. Understand all language. You have like a little creature that lives in your ear and that just automatically translates things. If people speak languages that you don't understand, or if aliens speak languages that you don't understand. No food talk, no politics, no Mosquatch talk. What the fuck am I supposed to say? Babblefish is the call. We'll have to soon, I bet. Yeah, technically, actually, we will, right? Our Babblefish is going to be AI. Joy Viva, Pangalactic, Goggle Bastard might be what I need right now. Yeah, especially how I feel. Sounds nice, right? I'm suddenly pro gun. You guys can't even see a possibility of peaceful coexistence with the face stealers and the Mosquatches. Did you miss that part where Joy where Joe wrote large enough wings to carry both themselves and their victims? Who are the first victims, Sam? Our friends, our family, strangers. When do we start caring? When it's you, nay. Nay, we go to war. The Musquatches must die. I cannot. I cannot live with things large enough to carry me away with their mosquito wings, right? And they're probably eating me with their freaking long ass monkey face proboscis, while I'm being flown away. Hell no, dude. Hell no. Like I feel like there's a version of reality, and technically with Infinity there is a version of reality where that exists, bro. And I just watched a version of me get proboscis monkeyed, squashed. It's not a good time, bro. That version of me is not having a good time right now. Sending you blessings, sending you strength, though. Love is true. Did someone bring diseases to me? That's the only logical conclusion. I've been living on a farm this whole time, right? Maybe somebody brought the flu. Probably my sister, if anyone. Not the Musquash. That's a Sashquito. They're much smaller. Musquash looks like a monkey with multiple insect arms, but stands on no. Please, I need to stop reading these fucking words, dude. Like my brain is taking a bipedal winged monkey, dude. So they call them in the Philippines, I think. Oh, the AI could not compute that. Yeah, like the AI is probably having its brain melted. I'm having my brain melted right now, dude. Poor AI, dude. Don't do that. The proboscis would be like a no, 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 please. I'm literally in the nightmares. I'm a picture person. I'm in the nightmares. Anyone good at 3D Blender? I need a file friend. Friend. Both members of the other victim. See, the problem is you think of yourself like a victim and not an honored guest. Honored guest, bro. Like you might be the honored meal in the same way that cow is. That freaking proboscis monkey is carrying you to its nest. Just dropping you amongst the larvae. You're getting eaten. Hell nah. To the na na na. Hell to the na. Nay, I shall not. My mind shall stay pure. I will not get proboscis monkey. I will not get Musquatch. I will not get Sasquito. I'm free myself. So all I can think of is the Simpsons Treehouse of Horror and the cookbook How to Cook Humans, how to cook for humans, etc. Treehouse of Terror. I think I got the name wrong. I don't know at all. I didn't watch much of the Simpsons, unfortunately. Honored guest or not, I'm pretty sure you would get victimized in some way by blood sucking monkey beasts. Oh, my bonus says Guido. Moth Squatch does not eat with his proboscis. He inserts his dreams, his hopes, his hungers. The next day, you wake up with subtle gray fur strands. I promise. I promise. The humans are good. I promise. They're not always like this. Aliens. They're not always like this. The humans are great. Seriously, they're great. They're so good. They're just having some fun. They're just having some fun torturing us. We're getting tortured. Subtle gray strands, bro. Like I'm just imagining the whole fractal of like, who are you, right? Are you? Have you been Sashquito Musquatched already? You don't even realize your dreams, your hopes, your hungers is the Musquatchito, right? Like that's the fractal that messes with me right now. Because I have this weird experience with yoga. Because I do the same yoga practice, the exact same yoga practice every single day. It's like I'm a different person, right? And depending on how different I am on that day, my practice is so different as well. Like it feels different. The way I breathe is different. The way my strength levels feel, how stoked I am to be there. Like the level of dissociation of knowing that I'm queuing while also doing the practice, while also having people either watch me or not. Like it's so interesting to just pay attention to this changing experience. It is your life. Like we are so powerful. So powerful and so many different versions of ourselves at the same time. Why is Isaac looking at the aliens? Sorry guys. I'm like this all the time. I'm like, no, please, Isaac. I'm trying to get to take you with us. Don't speak for me. I'm indeed always like this. Love is true, Doc. Love is true. Hi, universe. Send mercy. Send strength. Send calm. Send patience. Okay, I'm on the right side. Let's see. Let's see which card we'll pull today. You feel it coming? This one. Yeah. This one right here. Not needing to be perfect to help. You do not have to be perfect in order to help. I do believe I stand as a spokesperson for love. Do I believe I am always loving? No. Do I believe I am perfect in my capacity to love the world? No. Do I believe that that is what I'm supposed to get better at? Yes. Thank you, friends, for allowing me to share my voice, to share this voice of love, for us to be able to appreciate these silly things. The pyramids and the stars, sitting in our caves, looking over the water, coming out of the cave, persecution, expression. Ooh, Amina, 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 76. You are being called to share your voice, perhaps by speaking up in a relationship or through writing, speaking, singing, or some other form of creative expression. We each hold a deep truth within us that longs to be expressed. Sculpted for lifetimes, the voice of your soul is like no other. It carries with it wisdom that can only be gained through soul history and growth. By remembering, tapping into, and expressing this unique tone, we not only heal ourselves, but we also heal the planet at large. I can literally feel Joe Schmo tripping out right now. Love you, bro. When you share your voice, you unlock something in the universe and call a missing piece of you home. Your individual voice is the most powerful sound currently on the planet. If you have kept your soul's voice silent or held back, chanting or singing could be truly life changing for you. Bro, please, universe. Like I literally just by like sheer feeling was like I need to be like start chanting while I pull the card, while I get set up to read it. Yeah, this deck of cards is too much sometimes. Like it really feels like it's in my face. You know, the entities that are helping me pull these cards are like right here up in my face. As we shed the layers of our personality and start letting our unique soul speak through us, we discover that we actually have a very clear message that longs to be shared. The more we speak it, the clearer it gets. There has never been a better time in history than right now to rise up, speak your truth, and share your soul's voice. If you feel fearful, know that you are not alone and that the world needs your unique tone in order to harmonize. As we each rise up and share our song, we make it easier for the next person to do the same. Express yourself, share your voice, speak to those who can hear you. Well, yeah, this deck of cards really doesn't pull its punches. Yeah, it's very surreal. Yeah, so, okay. It's upside down. There we go. No. Are you gonna be all sweaty and feverish rambling on stream tomorrow? I hope not. Hopefully by tomorrow I'll be healthy. Right? I did take some turmeric and lemon juice and ginger and cayenne pepper, like as a shot. And that apparently helps, you know, shotgun some of those things. Hopefully I'm not sick. Please. I don't want to be sick. Please. What we don't realize, Mel, is the aliens are the Musquatches. No, step on me, no. Step on me, intergalactic mob zaddy. Bruh, like you need to be put on a list for saying some shit like that. Only if it had close encounters tonight. Meta Musquatch is like the head vampire of the Squatch community. If you can defeat him in battle, you then become king of the cryptids. I mean, that sounds like a good gig, dude. I'll prepare. Melty, I'm sorry for completely derailing the stream. You are loved, bro. You're sharing your voice so that we can harmonize in the way that we did today. Well, we're becoming the king of the cryptids. Make you all selfies blurry. It just felt right. It's the price you pay for power. Melty, I was telling you yesterday about being the voice. You did, bruh. That's why, like, as soon as I was reading this card, like your message was like coming up in tandem in my mind. That's like the same information coming from the universe through me to experience in this moment, right? So I could like feel you tripping out, being like, bruh, yeah, man, I'm tripping on this one. Bless you. Just imagining the nightmare of Thanksgiving pictures. Every time you finally get a picture of the timer right, mom goes to check. Honey stands still. We have to get a picture. The constant and consistent sound of balance and love, my brother. I told you. Our voices. Melty, did you write this card after our conversation? Was it, bro? Like, it's trippy. Like, it's like at this point, the only thing that I can do is just realize that we are on the right path. Like, I can be insecure. Yesterday we talked about that, right? It's very easy for me to be insecure about what it is I'm doing and my life choices, and so terrified of making mistakes, living in a state of fear. And then I keep having these experiences. The universe keeps reminding me love is true. You friends keep reminding me love is true. My cards, love is true. My music, love is true. My animals, love is true. My plants, love is true. The stars, the James Webb Telescope, the people that I get to meet by chance. And yet we still don't trust. We still have a hard time believing that we're going to be okay, that we're safe. It's a whole trip. It's a whole trip that we're all kind of trying to get good at. Hopefully we will. Slowly but surely. But still. More like this or more like that? Like, technically, if I'm gonna consider like proper framing rules, that would be the way I'm supposed to frame. If I'm gonna be sitting on the rock, right? Either like that or like that. That would also be technically correctly framed. I could make it center. That also actually works. Are we gonna do just like straight center on? Yeah, okay, I agree. I also like this one. Even when we derail with D&D, Mosquatch, and says Credo, love is true. It cannot not be. That's the beautiful part of this whole experience, Kristen, is that we literally we cannot mess up going forward. All we have to do is ensure that love is true, and we cannot go wrong. Right? Like, that feels like such a powerful thing to be able to say. Melty, it really does feel like we are walking the right direction. We keep getting these signposts and benchmarks. We are refilling the lanterns that we find along the way. It's a trip, dude. It's the universe letting us know that we are, in fact, loved. We don't need to be perfect to be chosen to be a cryptid's companion. It's true. It's true. You don't have to be perfect to be loved by God. If we're gonna really push the buttons that are supposed to be pressed. In fact, you are loved despite not being perfect. Maybe that's what makes it more beautiful than anything. And again, right, like, all of us think of God as something else, maybe. God to me is the very fact of your experience right now. Right? The fact that you are aware that there is something allowing for this awareness to permeate. That is God to me. And if God didn't love you, you would cease to be. Right? That permeating, that existing, that being you are experiencing right now, that all of us are, is love. It's literally love that is flowing through you. Thank you, friends, for showing up for it. Planet Earth. Planet Earth. We love you. And just like that, our stream has come to its natural end. We have been stoked, we have been excited, we have been willing to consciously evolve and to grow. And now we can say goodbye. Having shown up so lovingly, we can go into our world knowing love is true. And we can be proud of ourselves. Because without a shadow of a doubt, you made it so. Quite literally, right? You made sure that love is true. At least for a moment, at least for today. We don't need to be perfect to be chosen to be corrupted. The long journey that feels like we are moving in the right direction. The direction is really important. It's the cleanliness of the path we leave behind. Yeah. Isn't really important, sorry. It's the cleanliness of the path we leave behind. The biggest lesson in patience is having to dig through hundreds of 2x4s at Home Depot to buy 10 because the quality has them bowed like bows and arrows. Bruh, that does sound like a little bit of a nightmare, man. Especially if you don't have a planer. Oh, I see you. Pippin noticed that she has a tick on her and she's like trying to get it off. I got to help. Hey, little ticky dude. Oh, I'm holding on to my. Okay. Winter lumber, blah. Yeah. No, not at Home Depot. It's always cold lumber, I think. I wish the lumber was that curvy when I was building half pipes. Yeah, that is easy. All right. Now this stuff already wants to be bending. Boathouse cat update. The feral cat that I named Pig has become my tool room cat. And now she climbs in my lap and she has become very sweetly sweet. I call her Pig Muffin and she is lovely. She does sound like a little sweetheart. I remember when Joe Schmo just got her, he didn't really like her a little bit because she was so inaffectionate and cold and uninterested, right? Maybe I'm projecting a little bit. I'm sorry, Josh Mo. But I'm so happy that she opened up and you get to have that relationship with one another. I think of Home Depot as a grown-up's toy store, but 50% less fun. It depends. It depends, right? Like I've had that childlike fun buying equipment or materials to build something. So it depends, right? If you're the one spending the money, maybe it's less fun. Maybe that's where the 50% less fun comes from, right? Because in the toy store, you're the one just getting toys. I get it. I get it. Joy is just being very smart. The 50% losing of the fun is the fact that you have to pay for this stuff. Just felt like sharing, Muffin. Oh, thank you for sharing, for letting us resonate, for letting us harmonize with the fact that love is true, right? That there is in our vast world of different experiences, some of them bad. Imagine what bad experiences look like, right? Sure, they happen, but also there is the experience of Joe Schmo taking in a feral cat, and that cat slowly but surely warming up to him because Joe Schmo has shown that little creature that love is true, and that little creature has trusted Joe Schmo, right? When he said that. And so it is, and so it be. I would have more fun at Home Depot if there was a wall stocked with try it out area where I could demolish it with store appliances, yeah, with like drills and like grinders and like planers and like mini jackhammer. Yeah, I probably would have fun there as well, to be completely honest, right? I imagine myself running to that area when my dad wants to buy tools or is walking into the appliance store, right? Just going, grrr, grrr. Nah, Melty, you're right. She was super stand-up for a long time, straight pharaoh. And yet, love is true. Thank you, dear friends, for joining me, for blessing me with your presence. I hope you all have the most beautifulest day, everyone. Like, seriously. You have been absolutely fantastic, beautifully inspiring, wonderfully enlightening, cleverly silly with your Mosquetch comments. Today has been a beautiful stream, and I appreciate you, friends, for joining me.
May you have a beautiful day. Sending you all so many blessings. Whoa, Mel gets me. Yeah, yeah, same, same. Monkey together strong. Monkey alone weak. Monkey love you. Monkey see you again tomorrow. Cheers, cheers. Goodbye.